there's no nice way to say this, but if the guy is basically like a less status, less attractive version of myself, you know, then they're also very likely to fail the loyalty test, especially if she has a public account too.
And then the other one that I think is super controversial, I was telling my girlfriend about this. She thought it was great, was this concept of you messaging your friend's girlfriend. So guys will actually pay you to message their girlfriends to see how honest they are. It's funny. Home Math he was the first person. I forgot what the name of this concept is, but it's some kind of like
Loyalty
truth.
test.
Huh?
Loyalty test.
Yeah, some kind of loyalty. There was another word for it, whatever, but I love this concept of a loyalty test. From doing this, what are some of the things that you've seen when you conduct a loyalty test on other guys' girlfriends?
Yeah. So first off, I would say that a good amount pass. I do showcase fails, but if they're in a solid relationship, if she has a private account, I notice too, she's more likely to pass. Honestly, if there's more barriers to just reach out to her, then they're more likely to pass. But if she has like a public account, she's seeking validation, she has bikini pictures, she has like a ton of stuff. I've noticed women like that more than likely fail. I've also noticed that if they're in long distance relationships, they're more likely to fail too. That happens a lot actually. And then also, this could be more from an archetype sort of thing. But if the guy, there's no nice way to say this, but if the guy is basically like a less status, less attractive version of myself, you know, then they're also very likely to fail the loyalty test, especially if she has a public account too. Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever watched Mac and Murphy, but he studies cheating. Like that's basically what he does as a PhD candidate. I think he's a PhD candidate, but I know he's studying psychology. He's originally anthropology. And one of the things he talks about is when there's a huge difference between the attractiveness of the man and the woman, there's more likely to be cheating. But it's not always the way you think. Often, when you're a good-looking man and you're dating a woman who's a lot less attractive to you, often she's more likely to cheat. That was the one that like caught me off guard that I didn't expect. But yeah, you'll see that'll happen sometimes when guys are shooting way above their weight class and they have to constantly show signs of status in order to keep certain girls. But I actually don't know if it's, like I said before, I don't know if it's as much attractiveness as it is stimulus. And you brought up that point too. You said when the girls have not private accounts, they have public accounts, and it seems like they're posting thirst traps. Those are the girls who seem to be more susceptible to some guy using attention as a leverage point to get them to show attention or possibly go on a date with you or have sex with you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I would also say definitely on the point where they're with the guy who clearly leads with whether it be like financials or other means like that. I've noticed that has a higher probability of failure rate too. And I think it just comes down to genuine desire.
Yeah.
I'm not sure your take on this, but I feel like the basis of genuine desire is first of all based within physical attraction. Personally. I believe like you have to be a woman's like minimum attraction level physically, and then from there the other aspects of you, your game, communication, your status, or the experiences you can provide for her, etc., or lifestyle. Is like the cherry on top to like make it a complete picture. But if you're a guy where the woman really doesn't find you that attractive, but she's just kind of with you because you provided for her or because you give her access to certain things that she wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Then when a guy who she's actually attracted to comes along and he has all the same things that you showcase in terms of money or status, then that's also a likely high fail rate too.
I'm glad that you brought that up. So the concept of looks, right? And so the debate is always, do looks matter? And I know some guys who have a ton of status, money, really charismatic, and they'll be like, yeah, looks don't matter at all. And the reality is they do some. The looks obviously do matter a lot, like what you said. But what you just said right there, I can imagine black pill guys like clenching their buttholes and fucking not grinding their teeth because you were saying how looks mean so much. I'm sure you get a lot of criticism from the black pill guys. Is that something that you've seen?
I want to say like criticism because actually I'm not necessarily black pill, but I do believe like looks are very important. I believe it's like kind of the gateway and the foundation to everything else. But also keep in mind like for my dating strategy and for like the social media game presentation, all that stuff, is going to be a little bit more image heavy
Yeah.
versus something, like social circle, like probably social skills might be more important in that context. If you're mute or, have some degree of like autism, and then
Yeah.
that might be difficult for you to even win in that environment, even if you're presenting yourself in the highest status, male in the room. Right. So, it depends on the dating strategy, but a lot of black pillars have been agreeing with me recently, man.
I'll
Not
say
gonna lie.
they agree with you that you're getting the success because you show looks as to be number one.
Yeah, yeah, because I showcase looks because I believe that's a foundation. Because I believe guys should enhance their sex appeal. All that stuff in terms of image,
Yeah.
and because of social media and dating apps, that's why I feel like it's gotten more important too.
Yeah.